Struggles. They're something we all experience, no matter who we are or where we come from. The road to success is rarely smooth, and if you've ever felt like giving up or wondered why things aren't going your way, you're not alone. We all face challenges. Big ones, small ones, and everything in between. It's part of the process. The difference, however, isn't in the struggles themselves, but in how we handle them. Let's take a moment to really acknowledge this truth. Life doesn't hand out rewards without a price. Every dream, every goal, every accomplishment that seems effortless from the outside has been built on the foundation of hardship. You think of the most successful people, whether it's in business, in sports, in the arts, those who have made their mark. What do they all have in common? They've all faced struggles, and they've all had to fight through them to get where they are. But here's the key. Acknowledging struggle doesn't mean surrendering to it. It means accepting it as part of the process, understanding that it's going to be difficult, and realizing that these moments of hardship are what are going to help shape you into who you need to be. We live in a world that often wants to mask the reality of struggle, especially with social media. People post their successes, their shiny achievements, and their smiles. But what about the behind-the-scenes moments? What about the sleepless nights, the failures, the doubts, and the fear? Nobody talks about the price it took to get there. The sacrifices that were made. The times they almost quit. It's easy to get caught up in the illusion that everyone else has it all figured out, that their journey was easy, that their success was inevitable. The truth is, struggle is inevitable. If you want something big, something meaningful, something worth having, you're going to have to earn it. And that means facing obstacles that seem impossible at times. You're going to encounter failures, rejections, and setbacks. It's all part of the journey. But here's the thing, none of those obstacles define you, unless you let them. What matters is how you respond. When you find yourself in a struggle, it's important to understand that you're not broken. You're being tested. The world is challenging you, and life is pushing you to become stronger, better, more resilient. It's about how you handle those moments. Do you let them defeat you? Do you fall into despair and quit? Or do you find a way to rise again? That's what separates those who reach their goals from those who don't. It's not that one person faces fewer struggles than the other. It's that one person understands the value of those struggles and uses them as stepping stones. You learn from your challenges, and you use them to fuel your determination. When the world tells you, no, you don't back down, you find a way to turn that no into a yes. It's in these moments of difficulty that you grow the most, whether you realize it at the time or not. It's easy to get discouraged when the going gets tough. You might look at others around you who seem to have it easier, who seem to be sailing through life with no problems, and think, why me? But remember, no one's journey is without struggle. Some people are just better at hiding it. And in those tough times, the question you need to ask yourself isn't, why me? But what's next? What can I learn from this? How can I turn this around? Acknowledging struggle also means allowing yourself to feel the frustration and the disappointment. It's okay to admit when things aren't going well. It's okay to feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, because that's when you're being prepared for greatness. The moment when you feel like quitting, that's when the real test begins. That's when you need to dig deeper, find your strength, and remind yourself that the struggle is temporary. It might be hard now, but it won't last forever. When you're facing a challenge, sometimes it's hard to see past it. It's like staring at a mountain that's too high to climb, too steep to conquer. But every mountain has a summit, and the only way to get the top is to keep moving, step by step. Each small victory over that struggle, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is a step closer to your ultimate goal. Every piece of the puzzle you put together, even when it feels like you're not making progress, is bringing you closer to the picture. So, don't shy away from struggles. Don't pretend they aren't there, or act like they don't matter. Acknowledge them, accept them, and use them to drive you forward. It's in the struggle that you find your true strength. Purpose and passion. These two words carry incredible weight, yet they are often misunderstood or taken for granted. We hear them often, and we know they are important. But how many of us truly understand what they mean and, more importantly, how they impact our journey towards success? When things get tough, when we feel like giving up, it's the sense of purpose and the fire of passion that will fuel us to keep moving forward. Purpose is what gives us direction. It's the reason we get up every morning, the reason we push through the toughest of days. Without a clear sense of purpose, we wander aimlessly, caught in the motions of daily life, without any clear vision of where we're headed. Purpose is the foundation for everything we do. It provides meaning to our actions and clarifies why we are putting in the hard work, the sacrifice, and the effort. It gives us something to hold on to when the storms of life come crashing down. It serves as our compass, guiding us back to what truly matters when distractions pull us away. But here's the thing about purpose. It's not something that simply shows up. It's something that we discover, or better yet, create. We all have a unique reason for being here. Something that drives us deep within, even when we can't always articulate it. It might come in the form of a personal goal, a dream, or a greater cause. Sometimes, it's the desire to leave a lasting impact on the world or to provide for our families. Other times, it's about challenging ourselves to grow, to step outside of our comfort zones, and to become the best version of who we are capable of being. Passion, on the other hand, is the fuel that ignites our purpose. It's the energy, the enthusiasm, and the drive that pushes us to take action, even when the road ahead is unclear. Passion is what makes us relentless in the pursuit of our goals. It is the excitement we feel when we think about the things that matter to us. It's the fire in our belly that burns so brightly that nothing can extinguish it. Not failure, not doubt, and certainly not adversity. Passion is what keeps us up late at night working on that project, or pushing through the tiredness because we believe in what we're doing. Passion is also what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the difference between those who talk about their goals and those who actually take the necessary steps to make them happen. It's easy to say we want to achieve something, but it takes passion to actually put in the effort day after day, despite the setbacks and obstacles that inevitably arise. Passion makes the difficult moments worthwhile because it's driven by love. Love for the process, love for the growth, and love for the destination, even if it seems far away. When you have purpose and passion, you become unstoppable. These two forces combined create an internal motivation that can push you beyond limits you once thought impossible. It's the difference between working for a paycheck and working for something that truly matters to you. It's about waking up every day with a sense of excitement, knowing that every step you take is one step closer to fulfilling your mission, whatever that may be. It gives you the resilience to weather the storms of life and the strength to keep going, even when things aren't going according to plan. Without purpose, there can be no passion. And without passion, the pursuit of our purpose becomes a task, a chore, something we do out of obligation rather than genuine desire. When we align our actions with our purpose, passion flows naturally. It's like a river that's constantly in motion, always pushing forward, always seeking new paths. Passion, when cultivated, becomes an unstoppable force that propels us toward our goals. When you start to feel worn out or discouraged, remind yourself of the bigger picture. What is the ultimate purpose behind what you're doing? Why did you start this journey in the first place? Is it to make a difference in someone's life? Is it to create something meaningful? Is it to prove to yourself that you can rise above the challenges? Whatever your purpose may be, keep it at the forefront of your mind. Let it guide you through the difficult times. Because with purpose and passion, you have everything you need to keep pushing forward, to keep moving toward the life you've envisioned, no matter what obstacles stand in your way. When life throws challenges your way, and it will, hold tight to your purpose. Let your passion remind you of the reason you started, and use that as the energy that fuels you through the hardest days. Purpose and passion, once ignited, will keep you moving forward, no matter how rough the journey. These forces will give you the strength to persevere, the courage to keep fighting, and the motivation to finish what you've started. Resilience and strength. Two qualities that are often spoken of in the context of overcoming adversity. Yet, for all the talk about these traits, few truly understand what it means to be resilient or strong in the face of life's most difficult moments. We often hear that resilience is the ability to bounce after a setback, or that strength is about pushing through the hardest of times. While these definitions aren't wrong, they only scratch the surface of what these qualities truly represent. The journey to true resilience and strength is deeper and more complex than simply enduring hardship. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about bending without breaking. It's about enduring, growing, and adapting through the toughest of circumstances. Resilience is built through the constant friction of facing challenges, and it strengthens with every obstacle overcome. People often think that resilience means you'll never feel pain, but that's far from the truth. To be resilient means you're going to feel the pain, the discomfort, and the pressure, but you will not let those things define you. You will allow yourself to experience the difficult moments, but not let them control your future. When we are resilient, we face setbacks with a sense of calm acceptance, acknowledging that while things may not be going the way we hoped, they will eventually get better. It is the strength to not let failure break us, the ability to see failure as an opportunity for growth rather than a permanent roadblock. Life's difficulties will knock us down, but resilience is the choice to stand back up, to dust ourselves off, and to keep going even when we can't see the end in sight. It's not a trait that one is born with, but one that is nurtured through experience. The more difficult the challenge, the stronger become when we choose to rise. True strength, meanwhile, goes beyond physical endurance. It is the internal fortitude that allows us to continue even when we don't have all the answers, when we feel unsure of ourselves, and when fear tries to grip us. Strength is not the absence of vulnerability or the refusal to acknowledge our weaknesses. It's about having the courage to face those vulnerabilities and weaknesses, understanding them, and still pressing forward in spite of them. Strength comes from an unyielding will, from a deep-seated belief that no matter how hard the road gets, it is worth walking. It is built on persistence, on the determination to move forward, even when everything around you tells you to quit. Sometimes strength is about showing up every single day, even when you feel like there's nothing left to give. It's about finding the will to keep going even when it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Strength isn't measured by how loudly you fight, but by how quietly and steadily you continue to push through the battle, day after day, moment after moment. It's not about showing the world that you're tough. It's about showing yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. When we tap into that strength, we begin to realize that we are far more capable than we ever imagined. The thing about resilience and strength is that they often go hand in hand. Resilience allows us to bend without breaking, while strength enables us to carry the burden of challenges and continue to move forward. Together, they create a powerful combination. Resilience is the foundation, the ability to remain steady when the world around you shifts. Strength is the force that propels you forward, enabling you to climb higher, even when the summit seems too far. Neither resilience nor strength is a trait that can be developed overnight. They are earned over time, built through experiences and challenges that force us to grow. It's in those moments when you feel like the struggle will never end, when you feel like giving up, that you have the opportunity to truly develop resilience and strength. Each time you get knocked down and choose to rise, you build your resilience. Each time you continue to move forward despite the uncertainty, you build your strength. It's an ongoing process, a cycle that repeats itself every time you face a challenge, no matter how big or small. We often think that strength means never showing emotion, never feeling vulnerable. But true strength is found in embracing those emotions and still choosing to move forward. It's about acknowledging the fear and uncertainty, yet pushing forward with the faith that you're going through will eventually lead to something greater. Strength is not the absence of struggle. It is the courage to face the struggle head on, to trust in your ability to navigate it, and to emerge stronger on the other side. Life will continue to throw obstacles our way, but when we embrace resilience and strength, we learn that no challenge is insurmountable. It's not about avoiding the hard times. It's about learning how to navigate them with grace and determination. As you continue to face the challenges in front of you, remember that each moment of difficulty is shaping you into the person you need to become. The more you rise, the stronger you grow, and the more resilient you become. In this process, you will discover that your greatest strength lies not in avoiding the struggle, but in the decision to keep going, no matter how hard the journey gets. Pain, it's a part of life that we all wish we could avoid. It's the thing we fear, the thing we dread. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, pain has a way of forcing us to confront our deepest vulnerabilities. The temptation to shy away from it, to escape it, is powerful. Yet, as much as we try to avoid it, we cannot escape it forever. Pain is inevitable, and more often than not, it's also the very thing that shapes us into who we are meant to become. It's easy to view pain as an enemy, something that is meant to break us. It's easy to feel as though when we are in pain, we are being punished, or that it's a sign we are not strong enough. But in reality, pain is often the precursor to growth. It's in our moments of pain that we discover our resilience. It's in the deepest of struggles that we find the strength we never knew we had. Pain isn't there to destroy us. It's there to shape us, to push us past our limits, to make us stronger. It is a powerful force that can either break us or build us, depending on how we choose to approach it. Embracing pain is not about seeking it out or enjoying it. No one asks for pain, nor should they. But the difference lies in how we respond to it. We can either resist it, deny it, and hope it will go away, or we can lean into it, accept it, and use it as a catalyst for transformation. To embrace pain is to recognize that it is a natural part of life's journey. We cannot experience the full depth of joy, accomplishment, or success without first understanding and experiencing the depths of pain. The two go hand in hand. When we resist pain, we waste energy trying to avoid it. But the more we resist, the more it controls us. Pain that is suppressed or ignored tends to fester and grow, lingering far longer than it should. But when we acknowledge pain, when we stop running from it and face it head on, we find that it loses its grip on us. It becomes something we can work through, not something that controls us. Embracing pain allows us to move through it with grace instead of being overwhelmed by it. It becomes a part of the process, not the end of the road. Pain can also teach us a great deal about ourselves. It strips away the surface, leaving us raw and exposed. In this vulnerable state, we often see our true selves. Free from the distractions and faiities we often build to protect ourselves from the world. It forces us to confront who we really are, to look at our weaknesses, our fears, and our limitations. But rather than breaking us down, this exposure has the potential to build us up. It forces us to take stock of our lives and decide whether we are willing to push forward, to grow, and to evolve. The pain we experience, whether it's from failure, loss, or hardship, carries with it lessons that we wouldn't learn in times of comfort. It teaches us humility, patience, and perseverance. We learn that we are capable of handling more than we ever thought possible. We learn that our limits are often far beyond what we believe them to be. We also learn the value of resilience. Pain has a way of revealing the true depth of our strength. When we embrace it and endure it, we discover that we are stronger than we ever knew. Pain is often what propels us to take action. It's what pushes us to change. When things are comfortable, we tend to stay where we are. But when we feel the sting of pain, we are forced to take a closer look at our lives. We are pushed to do something, to make a change, to fight for something better. It's in those moments of discomfort that we find the motivation to make decisions that we would never have made if we were in a place of ease. Pain drives us toward growth, toward betterment, and toward reaching heights we never thought we could achieve. There is also an undeniable power in embracing pain, because it is in pain that we experience the greatest healing. Just as a wound must be cleaned and cared for before it can heal, so too must our emotional and mental wounds. When we allow ourselves to feel the pain, to process it, and to work through it, we ultimately heal from it. Avoidance only prolongs the process, but acceptance accelerates the healing journey. The process of embracing pain is not an easy one. It requires a level of emotional maturity and strength that many of us may not feel we have at the moment of crisis. It means being willing to sit with the discomfort, to face the rawness of our feelings, and to accept that sometimes pain is a necessary part of the journey. But it also means recognizing that on the other side of pain is transformation. On the other side of struggle is a version of yourself that is stronger, more resilient, and more capable than before. It is not about the pain itself, but about what we choose to do with it. Pain, in all its forms, is a tool. It is a means of growth and development. It is not to be feared, but understood and embraced. When we stop fighting it, stop pretending it doesn't exist, we can use it to fuel our journey forward, to push through our limits, and to become the person we were always meant to be. Pain is not the enemy. It is the teacher that prepares us for greatness. Belief in yourself is the cornerstone of any achievement, the silent force that propels you forward when all odds seem stacked against you. It is easy to believe in others, to trust that someone else has the potential to succeed or overcome challenges. But the most important thing you can do in your life is to believe in yourself. When you hold a deep, unwavering belief in your own abilities, the impossible becomes possible. You start seeing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. This belief becomes the foundation upon which you build your resilience, your strength, and ultimately, your success. Self-doubt is a powerful enemy that lurks in the minds of many, and it has the ability to paralyze us. It convinces us that we are not good enough, that we are not capable of achieving our goals, and that failure is the inevitable outcome. This voice of doubt can become so loud that it drowns out the whispers of confidence and possibility within us. But this voice is not the truth. It is merely a projection of fear. The reality is that everyone, at some point in their lives, experiences self-doubt. It is a natural part of being human, but the key to overcoming it is to recognize that self-doubt does not define us. It is merely an obstacle we must learn to push through. Belief in yourself starts with understanding that you are worthy of success and happiness, no matter what. We are often taught to be humble and not to boast about our achievements. But there is a fine line between humility and self-deprecation. To believe in yourself is not to boast, but to acknowledge your worth and your potential. It is about recognizing that you have unique qualities, skills, and experiences that contribute to the world in a way only you can. Everyone has something valuable to offer, and that includes you. The journey to self-belief is not a smooth or linear one. It requires a deep commitment to growth, an understanding that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone towards success. When you believe in yourself, failure no longer feels like a defeat. Instead, it becomes a lesson, an opportunity to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. It is through failure that we often discover our true capabilities. It is through mistakes and setbacks that we gain the wisdom and experience that will eventually lead us to our desired outcome. Belief in yourself is also rooted in the power of mindset. Our thoughts have a profound impact on our actions and our reality. When we constantly tell ourselves that we are not good enough or that we will fail, we are reinforcing a mindset of limitation. But when we shift our thinking to one of possibility, we open the door to success. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending that things will always be easy. It means acknowledging the difficulties, but choosing to believe that you have the ability to navigate them. It is about having faith in your resilience, knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength to rise above it. Self-belief also involves embracing your uniqueness and not comparing yourself to others. It's easy to look at the successes of those around us and feel inadequate, especially in a world that often emphasizes competition. But comparison is the thief of joy. Everyone's path is different, and everyone's journey is unique. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Your progress, your growth, and your success are measured by your own standards, not by someone else's timeline. Believing in yourself means trusting your own journey, even if it looks different from others. It means understanding that your path to success may take twists and turns that others may not understand, but that's okay. What matters is that you keep moving forward, step by step, and trust that you are headed in the right direction. When you start to believe in yourself, you begin to tap into your full potential. You stop limiting yourself with thoughts of, "I can't," and replace them with, "I can." The moment you believe that you are capable of achieving something, you begin to see the world through a lens of opportunity. The impossible begins to feel possible. The barriers that once seemed insurmountable begin to shrink. It's not that the world changes, but your perception of it does. Your belief in yourself allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It empowers you to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to take actions that bring you closer to your goals. Believing in yourself is also about accepting the fact that you are not perfect, and that is okay. Perfection is an illusion. What truly matters is progress, not perfection. It's about having the courage to keep going, even when you don't have all the answers. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the next step, even when the outcome is uncertain. Belief in yourself gives you the courage to keep moving forward, to keep pursuing your dreams, even when the path is unclear. It is the fuel that keeps you going, even when the road ahead seems difficult. In the end, belief in yourself is the key to unlocking your full potential. It is the foundation upon which all success is built. When you believe in yourself, you are not just investing in your dreams, you are investing in your future. You are giving yourself the freedom to grow, to explore, and to become the person you were always meant to be. It is the most powerful tool you can possess, and once you embrace it, nothing can stand in your way. Adversity is a part of life that no one can escape. It comes in many forms: personal struggles, professional setbacks, loss, disappointment, and it often feels overwhelming. In those moments, it's easy to become consumed by the weight of the challenge, to believe that the hardship will never end, that the pain will never subside. But it is precisely in these difficult moments that the potential for growth is born. While adversity may bring pain, struggle, and hardship, it also holds within it the seeds of transformation and personal development. When we learn to face adversity head-on, when we embrace it rather than resist it, we open the door to growth that we could never have achieved otherwise. The journey of growth through adversity is not about avoiding the discomfort or pretending that the struggle isn't real. In fact, true growth is often found in the midst of the hardest times. Adversity forces us to stretch beyond our limits, to confront the parts of ourselves that we might prefer to ignore, and to step into unknown territories where we are forced to find new strengths. In these moments of discomfort, we are being refined. The process is difficult, but it is also necessary. It's in the heat of adversity that our true potential is tested and brought to the surface. One of the most powerful aspects of adversity is that it reveals who we truly are. When life is smooth and everything is going according to plan, it's easy to feel confident and capable. But when faced with unexpected challenges, we are forced to look inward. We begin to realize what we are made of, not just in moments of triumph, but in moments of struggle. Adversity forces us to examine our fears, our doubts, and our vulnerabilities. And it is through this examination that we begin to shed the parts of ourselves that are no longer serving us. Growth doesn't come from always being comfortable. It comes from being willing to face discomfort and still push forward. Moreover, adversity helps us develop resilience, an essential quality for navigating life's uncertainties. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to recover from setbacks, and to keep going even when the road ahead seems bleak. It's not something we are born with, it is something we develop through our experiences. When we encounter adversity, we are given the opportunity to build resilience. Each time we face a challenge and overcome it, we become stronger. We learn how to pick ourselves up, how to adjust, and how to keep moving forward despite the obstacles in our path. The more adversity we face, the more resilient we become. Adversity also teaches us the importance of perseverance. It is easy to give up when things get tough. but true growth comes from pushing through the hardest moments. Perseverance doesn't mean ignoring the pain or pretending that everything is fine. It means acknowledging the challenge and continuing to move forward in spite of it. It means taking one step after another, even when you don't know how much further you can go. The act of persevering builds not only resilience, but also a sense of inner strength that cannot be easily shaken. It teaches us that we are capable of enduring more than we think, and that we have the power to shape our own futures, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Furthermore, adversity has a way of helping us refine our goals and clarify our vision. When life is going well, it's easy to get caught up in the routine, to continue doing things without really thinking about why we are doing them. But when faced with hardship, we are forced to step back and evaluate our priorities. We are forced to ask ourselves whether the things we are pursuing are truly meaningful to us, or if we have been chasing goals that don't align with our deepest desires. Adversity allows us to realign ourselves with our purpose, to let go of things that no longer serve us, and to focus on what truly matters. It forces us to re-examine our values, our goals, and in doing so, it helps us grow into more purposeful individuals. In addition to personal growth, adversity can foster a deeper sense of empathy. When we experience difficulty, we develop a better understanding of the struggles of others. We become more compassionate and more willing to lend a helping hand, because we know firsthand what it feels like to face challenges. This sense of empathy not only helps us connect with others on a deeper level, but it also strengthens our relationships. It reminds us that everyone is going through something, and that we are all capable of supporting one another through the toughest of times. Ultimately, adversity teaches us that growth is not a linear process. There will be ups and downs, moments of success and moments of failure. But through each experience, whether positive or negative, we are constantly evolving. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to become a stronger version of ourselves. Adversity is not the end of the road. It is merely a detour, a chance to take a different path that will lead us to a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Through adversity, we not only discover our true potential, but we also develop the strength, resilience, and empathy needed to help others along the way. Growth from adversity is not just about surviving the struggle. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and ultimately becoming better because of it. Vision and legacy are two powerful concepts that shape the trajectory of our lives and the impact we have on the world. A vision is the guiding star, the forward-looking perspective that fuels ambition and drives us toward our goals. It's about imagining the future we want to create, the life we want to live, and the difference we want to make. Legacy, on the other hand, is what we leave behind when we are no longer here. It's the imprint we leave on the world, the contributions we make that continue to affect others long after we've moved on. While vision looks forward, legacy looks back, but both are inextricably linked. Our vision influences our legacy, and the legacy we leave is a reflection of the choices we make while pursuing that vision. Vision is the force that propels us forward, even when the path is unclear and the obstacles seem insurmountable. It's a sense of purpose that drives us to take action, to step outside of our comfort zones, and to aim for something greater than ourselves. A clear vision acts as a compass, providing direction when the world around us feels chaotic or when we encounter setbacks. It's the picture we paint of the future, the place we want to reach, and the legacy we hope to build. Without vision, it's easy to become lost or aimless, to drift through life without any sense of purpose or direction. With vision, however, we have a goal to strive for, a reason to keep moving forward despite the challenges. Having a vision is not just about setting lofty goals. It's about creating a framework for the kind of life we want to live. It's about identifying what truly matters to us, what ignites our passion, and what we want to contribute to the world. Vision is inherently personal, unique to each individual, and shaped by our values, experiences, and desires. It requires introspection and self-awareness to truly understand what we want to achieve. When we have a strong, clear vision, it serves as a motivating force, reminding us of why we get up each day, and pushing us to take the necessary steps to make our dreams a reality. Legacy, however, is the culmination of our actions, our contributions, and the way we choose to live our lives. While vision is future-focused, legacy is often shaped by the past, by the decisions we've made, the relationships we've cultivated, and the impact we've had on others. Our legacy is the mark we leave on the world, whether it's through our work, the way we treat others, or the positive changes we've made in our communities. Legacy is not something we can directly control in the same way we can control our actions, but we can certainly influence it by living intentionally, by making decisions today that align with the values and goals that matter most to us. Legacy is not just about fame or material success. It's about creating something meaningful, something that will outlive us, something that will continue to affect others in a positive way. The relationship between vision and legacy is crucial. The legacy we leave is often a direct reflection of the vision we held throughout our lives. If we have a vision of helping others, of creating positive change, or of leaving a meaningful mark on the world, our actions will align with that vision, and the legacy we leave will reflect it. Every decision, every effort we make toward realizing our vision contributes to the creation of our legacy. In other words, our legacy is not something that happens after we're gone. It's being built every day through the choices we make, the way we treat others, and the impact we have on our surroundings. It's important to recognize that legacy is not always something grand or extraordinary. It's not always about creating a worldwide movement or achieving monumental success. Sometimes, legacy is about the quieter, more personal impacts we have on those around us. It can be the influence we have on our family, the way we inspire our friends, or the kindness we show to strangers. Legacy is built in the small moments, the quiet acts of courage, compassion, and dedication that accumulate over time. When we have a vision for the future, we are actively shaping our legacy. This is why having a clear vision is so important. It gives us direction, it motivates us to take meaningful action, and it ensures that the legacy we leave is one we can be proud of. If we live without a vision, we risk drifting through life, and in doing so, we may miss the opportunity to leave behind a legacy that is truly impactful. With vision, we are not only shaping our future but also creating a legacy that aligns with our deepest values and desires. In the end, both vision and legacy are integral to the process of personal fulfillment and success. Vision provides us with the clarity and motivation we need to pursue our goals, while legacy ensures that the impact of our actions extends beyond our own lifetimes. By living intentionally and with purpose, we create a life that not only serves us, but also leaves a meaningful and lasting mark on the world. Both vision and legacy are what drive us to make the most of every moment, to strive for greatness, and to leave the world a little better than we found it. In life, we are constantly presented with challenges, moments of doubt, and opportunities for growth. The journey towards success is never linear, and it's in the face of adversity that we discover the true strength of our character. The struggles we encounter are not meant to break us. They are meant to shape us, to forge resilience and strength that we can draw upon the road gets tough. Our vision, our sense of purpose, acts as a guiding light, directing us through the darkest of times and reminding us of why we began this journey in the first place. Passion fuels that vision, propelling us forward with unwavering determination, while belief in ourselves is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Every hardship we face holds the potential for growth, and when we embrace the pain of our challenges, we open ourselves up to transformation. Through it all, we build a legacy that reflects the values we live by, the contributions we make, and the lives we touch. The path may be uncertain, and the obstacles may seem insurmountable at times. But when we stand firm in our belief, when we stay true to our vision, we are reminded that the greatest rewards come from the most difficult journeys. Our legacy is not defined by the ease of our path, but by the courage which we walk it. Ultimately, the strength, growth, and impact we cultivate along the way are what will echo long after the journey is over.